Skinny Hardaway 7T, back with another EP. And today I'm here with the fight breakdown and prediction between Triple G and Murata. I'm gonna give y'all the intro real quick. Murata, he's 16-2, 13 knockouts, 36 years old. He's the current WBA champion in the middleweight division. That's the 160-pound division. He comes in standing 6 foot tall with a 75-inch arm reach. His last win is over Stephen Butler. He has a win over Rob Brandt and a win over Hassan Nadam. He also has 2 losses, 16-2. He has losses to Rob Brandt and Hassan Nadam as well. He's going up against Triple G. Triple G is 39 years old, 41-1-1, 36 KOs. He stands at 5'10 with a 70-inch arm reach. So the first thing that jumps out at me is Triple G that has a much shorter arms, 5 inches. Kind of like Fundora and Erickson Lubin as well. Triple G last win is over Kami Zameta. He got wins over Derevyanchenko. Vinicius, he has that draw against Canelo, and he has wins over Danny Jacobs. And he also has a loss against Canelo. I'm going to bring my camera up so we can get into it. Just to get into the details of it, I ain't even sure my shit yet. Let me get the shirt. But just to get into the details of this real quick, man, Murata, he hasn't had a fight since 2019. You know what I mean? So this would be his first fight since 2019. Murata is the guy. I didn't know much about Murata, before he signed this fight against Triple G. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I did do my due diligence to go find out, a little about Murata. You know what I mean? And I say this. I don't think Murata is a terrible boxer. I don't think Murata is a terrible boxer. In no form, but I do think that his style, he kind of got like he puts up his hat guard, he walks forward, he pressure fighters. You know what I mean? He fight behind his jab. He don't have a lot of movement. With his work, he don't have a lot of movement. He kind of just kind of comes forward with the high guard. He trades shots with you, like he'll let you fire sometimes. You know what I mean? I think that his style in this fight may be his downfall. And again, like a lot of people, are saying that Murata is trash. Murata's not that good. From what I watched, and again, I will say this: I don't know a whole bunch of the people that Murata fought, but from the few fights that I did watch, Murata does have a set of abilities. Now again, I'm gonna repeat: Murata ain't fought since 2019. Triple G had a fight, just last year was good. Corey Sanders, appreciate you sliding through this joint, was good. Ghost, glad you can make it. Ghost said Triple G by knockout. Really, Ghost. Shout out my guy Yoda Crush. Appreciate you sliding through this joint. Yoda, glad you could make it. Jay Gibson, what's good, fam? Shout out to fam Jay Gibson. Appreciate you sliding through this joint, Jay. Was good. Ghost said Murata is a good opponent. He can box very well. He's top 4 in that way. Yeah, Ghost, I agree. I know a lot of people, me, myself included, I was saying, man, this man trash. I really don't want to see this fight, so I still don't want to see this fight. So I don't act like I do, but I'm going to watch it, because, that's what I do. And, it has the potential to be, maybe a pretty interesting fight because Murata is, a tough guy. He's not a guy you just going to, knock out or a guy you just going to put down. Now, 2 things. He has 2 losses, one to Rob Brandt, and he has one to Hassan Nadam. He avenged both of these losses. He came back, got his loss back against Nadam, came back, got his loss back against Rob Brandt. And I said that to say I like that. I like the fact that Murata showed enough will to say, well, you know what, I lost to these guys, but I want to run it back. And he actually got his W's back with them running it back. Maybe after he handled this business with Triple G, maybe he do those couple rubber matches. He still may have some fights left. You know what I mean? Type deal. And if he win, he may have him a Canelo fight lined up. You know what I mean? Because we all know Triple G is in a part of that second deal with Canelo Alvarez. The first part of the first fight, Canelo go fight Bivol. Part of the first part of the deal, Canelo go fight Bivol, and then Canelo go fight Triple G. So we all know Triple G got their fight lined up. So we are pretty much expecting Triple G to come here and handle business and then move on, to the Canelo fight. What's good, Just Do? Appreciate you sliding through this, Just Do. Glad you could make it, Pimp. Glad you could make it. We in this thing talking. We talking about the fight breakdown prediction between Triple G and Murata. You know what I mean? I done my research on Murata. He's a pretty good fighter. You know what I mean? My only problem is I think this. Can y'all do your boy a favor? Can y'all hit that like button when y'all come in? I think in this particular fight, his style is just kind of all wrong for Triple G. We know Triple G is a guy who also works behind the jab, but he works behind a power jab. You know what I mean? Triple G is he's a bit more than a plotter. You know what I mean? He's not as stationary as a plotter, but he doesn't move enough to be considered a mover. He's one of those guys who has just enough footwork and a lot of power. You know what I mean? He also, works behind his high guard. But when Triple G hits you, you know what I mean, he really hits you. You know what I mean? If you watch his last fight against what was his name? Zermata. Don't know too much about Zermata, but I know Triple G, he looked strong in that fight. He did look good in his last fight. His last fight was 2001. You got a guy who last fight was in 2001, fighting against a guy who last fight was in 2019. You know what I mean? So both these guys aren't, hasn't been the most active fighters. Murata, I'm surprised that Murata even still has his belt. Actually, to be real with you, because how do you get a fight in 2000? How do you still have your belt and you haven't defended it since 2019? I guess this would classify as a defense, but that's what, 19, 20, 21. You know what I mean? That's almost 2 years without defending your belt. You know what I mean? That is 2 years without defending your belt, working on 3 years without defending your belt. You know what I mean? But we got Murata versus Triple G in this fight. I'm leaning towards Triple G to knock this guy out again. I think the style is all wrong. I think his style is all wrong for Triple G. And then I will say this: I had Triple G to knock Murata out at first, but then I actually went, to go do my research, and I had him knocking him out at first because I thought Murata was trash. Now I got him knocking him out because I think Murata's style is all wrong for Triple G. You know what I mean? But I don't think he, trash no more. I think maybe, just maybe, if Murata was a little more active, you know what I mean? If he was just like a little more active, I think maybe he would have been able to beat Triple G. Just to be perfectly honest with you, just from like, a skill set thing. You know what I mean? I just don't think he has enough power to I don't think he has enough power to necessarily knock Triple G out, but he has adequate power, but his defensive style is all wrong. But maybe if he was more active, I give him more of a chance off of the gas tank tip, because I do like, Murata's heart, because he came back and he got the Brent win. He came back and he got the Nadim win. You know what I mean? And I watched a couple of his fights. He's a guy who likes to work behind the high guard, and he likes to trade punches. I just think with him, what's good, Needed? We're just sliding through this, Needed. Glad you can make it. I just think him trading punches. With Triple G is not a good idea. Styles make fights, styles make matchup. So I think a lot of us don't really know this guy. So let's say Triple G does knock him out, like I'm predicting, right? People gonna say, well, it's just because he was trash. And I don't necessarily think dude trash no more after looking at him. I just think that the way he fights is tailor made for Triple G. I will say this is gonna be a high action fight in the game. Maybe if this dude was more active, I would have picked him to beat Triple G, for that plus money. But I think this gonna be a high action fight. I think they gonna meet each other in the middle of the ring. You know what I mean? And I think they go trade punches. I think it's gonna be a fan friendly fight for sure. most definitely this gonna be a fan friendly fight because I think both guys, go. I think both guys, uh, with their styles of fighting, they go clash. Like they go clash and they go meet in the center of the ring and they go get to throwing them bombs. Again, Murata likes to work behind his jab. So does Triple G. Uh, Murata has more of a stinging, flash jab, but he has strong hooks and he has strong body punches. Triple G has a jab as well. He has more of a power jab, and he also has the strong hooks and body punches. I think Murata, if he's not defensively sound, he likes to use a high guard, and Triple G is actually a good body puncher. I think that's that kind of is where he might get him. It might not be a knockout to the head, but I think over time Triple G will be able to wear on him and wear Murata down. Now let's say that Murata come in here in tip top shape. He come in here ready to go 12 rounds. You know what I mean? Maybe Murata, give Triple G a little run for his money in the back end of this fight. You know what I mean? Like guy Zone said, Triple G footwork is good as well. Yep, and Murata is the guy who's gonna be right there in front of you. He worked behind his high guard. Now, I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. Believe it or not, I think it's gonna be a high power, high action fight. True enough. Um, we got I had did Fandora versus Lubin a little earlier. They're reaching this fight jumped out to me just like it did in that fight. Lubin is at a 6-inch reach disadvantage over Fandora. In this fight, Triple G is at a 5-inch reach advantage over Murata. So maybe that might play into it if Murata fights. Let's say if Murata fights taller, 5'10", 6 foot, 75-inch arm reach. 6 foot, 6 foot, 75-inch arm reach versus 5'10", 70-inch arm reach. If Murata come out here and he don't, kind of just fall into Triple G, maybe he make it a tougher fight than we think that it's going to be. But I kind of think with the way that Murata fight, he go put his high guard up, he go come out, he go throw his shit, and he go try to catch Triple G shit. And I think that's how the fight go. I think Triple G is the much stronger guy, and I think eventually Triple G go wear on Murata more than Murata go wear on Triple G. Go say that boy style wrong a little bit. He like just stay in the phone booth, he getting about it. Yeah, yep. So we got, two big fights this weekend. I do think both of them are going to be some high action fights, believe it or not. I think Fandora and Lubin going to be a high action fight. I think Triple G and Murata going to be a high action fight as well. Like I think we got some bangers this weekend, but y'all don't go too far because it's 12:15. I'm about to put up my Southern Tea right now for 1:30. We go talk about Bud Crawford. We're going to talk about Earl Spence. We're going to talk about Danny Garcia. And we're going to talk about Keith Thurman. And I'm going to give y'all my opinion on, the rumors around what fight go happen, this fight go happen, and blase, blase. And I'm going to tell y'all exactly how I feel at this point, being 2 weeks away from Earl versus Ugas. And Bud, we got the Bud rumor swirling around about which fight he gonna take. He gonna take that fight. He gonna take this fight. So at 1:30, make sure y'all come on back through Southern T. I'm about to set it up now. At 1:30, y'all come on back through Southern T, and we go kick it. We kick it, and we gonna have us a good time. And we gonna talk about Bud and his next fight. And I'm gonna give y'all what I think. My opinion like that. And I'm gonna let y'all cook on and drop the link for y'all. Y'all can come on here and cook on it. We go have us a little barbecue. But that's all I got. I got Triple G by knockout in this fight. I say Triple G probably go wear down on him about the 8th or the 9th round. So I say Triple G wins this fight. If you want to go even deep, I'm gonna say Triple G by knockout. If you want to go even deep, I'm gonna say Triple G by knockout in the 10th round. I got Triple G by 10th round knockout over Murata. I think it's gonna be an exciting fight. I think Murata might get dropped a few times. You know what I mean? If Triple G, come in shape, don't gas out, I got Triple G stopping him. If Murata come in, in super shape, because he ain't fought since 2019, pretty good fighter. You know what I'm saying? Cool little fighter. But I got Triple G in this one by knockout in the 10th round. That's all I got. Skin Hardaway said, T, this ain't the past, this ain't the future, but this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.